Alright guys, so I was going to put this into the next pickups video, but I think it kind of deserves a video of its own actually, because man am I psyched about this. This is some awesome package that I got sent to me by Ready03, Barry. Great guy on here, channel link will be in the low bar, go and have a look. He's going for a full 360 collection, but yeah, great pickup videos, you know, great channel, definitely worth checking out. He's just hit 1,000 subs recently and definitely deserves it. And I can't remember exactly how we got onto the topic, but we got discussing emulation and on the original Xbox, because I noticed if it's possible to do like a soft mod on the original Xbox and play lots of emulators on that. But I kind of been put off by emulation in the past because I had a couple of emulators on the Dreamcast, but they were pretty rubbish, to be honest. If anybody's ever used the Dream SNES emulator, obviously for the Super Nintendo, you'll know that it's not exactly up to par. You know, they're playable, they're certainly recognisable as those games, but there's something missing. The audio's not quite right, the graphics are a bit under par, the frame rate's not great. It's just all a little bit not quite there. So I've kind of been put off by emulation, and Barry was telling me that, you know, these emulators you can get for the original Xbox are really quite good. So I was really intrigued by that, and he's only sent me everything that you need to emulate a whole bunch of systems on the original Xbox. So in this little package we've got the discs, which I'll show you which systems they're for in a bit, a little letter with some instructions, and he also sent me a memory card which includes the 2 files that you need to soft mod your Xbox and to run these games. So what I'm going to do is, now that Barry's done that for me, of course, I'm going to pay it forward and I'm going to pass this memory card on to somebody else who can use it. I'm sure Barry would be happy to know that it's going to help more people. So let's try and get a bit of a conga going on emulation on the original Xbox, but at least I'm going to certainly send this to somebody else. So if you've got an original Xbox and you fancy doing some emulation on there, I'm going to send you this this memory card. Send me a PM, I'll explain what you need to do, that kind of thing. But you also need the discs. Now that's I'm going to have to keep those myself, but I'm sure there's ways to get hold of those files pretty easily. But anyway, the start of the letter, it's just instructions mainly, but I'll read the first bit. It says, "Hello Ben, finally got this out to you. Take your time with the memory card, but here are the instructions on what to do. Need any help and I will try my best to sort it out." So basically, yeah, he's just been, I mean, full instructions, 2 pages of full instructions to get this onto the original Xbox, and it's called Evo X is the mod there. Now when I got this original Xbox, it's the silver one that I got from the car boot about a month or so ago, it already seemed to have Evo X on it, although it didn't run the emulators when I just tried it without doing all this installation stuff. So I don't know, there was some remnant of Evo X on there already, but I basically installed it all again. I'm going to show you what that looks like, and oh God, I'm so made up to get this. Cannot thank Barry enough. It's absolutely made my month. It's amazing. So what we've got on here is, we have, as you can see, we have NES. Basically we have NES, SNES and Mega Drive. So I mean, the thing with it is the NES and the SNES are 2 systems that I just cannot see myself ever collecting for. You know, my wallet doesn't allow for it. I haven't got the room to start those kind of collections on top of what I'm already going for. So this was really the only way that I was ever going to get to play a lot of games that I really wanted to play, really. So it's absolutely sorted me out. So NES, SNES and Master System as well. And we've also got Neo Geo emulation, which is amazing, by the way, and I'll talk more about that when I get the thing turned on. And we've got MAME as well. So we've got arcade classics, and that's all I can say for the intro. I'm going to do some footage of the games running so you can see how good this emulation is, and I'm blown away. So thanks again, Barry, and that's the text message coming through. Thanks to Grubgun, because I heard his phone go off and it had that Zelda alert. So I went and got it. It's pretty damn cool. Anyway, yeah. So onwards with the emulation. Cheers, guys. Right guys, so the first one I'm going to show you is the SNES emulator. So as you can see, it's called XSNES 9. I think that's basically what it's called. But anyway, it's a really good quality emulator. I'm going to show you a few titles. As you can see, you've got European, Japanese and USA ROMs on here. I haven't actually looked at the European ones yet because I assume that they kind of have the borders and that kind of thing. So I've been using the NTSC ROMs, which of course work perfectly on modern TVs anyway. Now, I'm pretty sure I can say that this is every single SNES game ever released, which is just insane. And like I said, it's a system that I just can't really afford to collect for and don't have the space to either. So this is really the only way I was going to be able to do that, to play these games. And I'm going to start with something that we all know and love, so that you can just see the quality of it. Where is it? Let's go with Super Mario World. There it is. So as you can see, really quick loading. So as you can see and hear, it sounds and looks exactly like the original thing. So for those of you who've tried other emulations, maybe you know that they're not always up to par, but this really is. So as you can see that the frame rate is perfect, the colours, the sound, everything about it is absolutely spot on. And it's basically like I've got a SNES hooked up to the telly. It's just absolutely no different whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, what else is it to say about it, really, you know? Now, I died there. That was quite handy because it allowed me to show you this. The quick pause function that you've got, if you click the right stick, it takes you to this menu screen. And there's some, you know, options there for screen adjusting and cheats and controller configuration and lots of different things. Software and hardware rendering. There's different types of rendering, so you can actually fine-tune it, the picture and the rendering to suit your setup, and that's really helpful. Okay guys, next I want to show you Super Mario Kart, because just to show you that Mode 7 works really well on this emulator. Because if you've tried some other SNES emulators, you'll know that sometimes Mode 7 really doesn't look too great, but on this it works, really looks nice. So as you can see, really smooth, great frame rate as well. That was one of the issues on the Dream SNES, is the frame rate was absolutely terrible. Ah, come on, get out of the way, Bowser! And you can hear that the sound's got that distinctive SNES kind of fanfare type sound to the music. Ah! Well, that's enough of that anyway. Back to the quick pause, and let's maybe look at one more. What have we got here? So here we've got some Star Fox. Oh! So as you can see, it does the Super Effects chip perfectly. Again, that's something that other emulators have had trouble with in the past, is being able to do the Super Effects chip. But this one seems to cover pretty much every single game perfectly. I've not come across one that looks under par yet. So that's enough of that. Let's have a quick look at Street Fighter. I wanted to check that one out yet. I haven't checked that one yet. And here's Street Fighter Alpha 2. Oh. So that looks pretty nice. I'm liking that, yep. Right guys, and here is Sunset Riders. So if you've actually played this on the real SNES, you can tell me how this matches up. And if you think there's any differences at all. So it certainly looks the bee's knees to me, lads. But anyway, so that's the SNES emulator, and next I'm going to take you to the Sega emulators. Right guys, the next system I'm going to show you is the Mega Drive. So this is the front screen for the Evo X dashboard. So a few different options there, as you can see, for configuration and different things you can do with it. But we're going to play games from a disc, because that's how I've got all my ROMs. I'm pretty sure you can install them onto the Xbox hard drive, but that's not something I've done yet. So this is the Evo X dashboard for the various retro systems. You've got NES, SNES, Genesis, Master System, TurboGrafx 16, ColecoVision, Intellivision, Atari 2600, 5200, Atari Lynx, Neo Geo Pocket, WonderSwan, MSX and MSX2. So I've actually played a couple of Neo Geo Pocket games and they look really cool. It's fun playing those handheld games on a big screen. Atari Lynx as well. But we're going to show you the Mega Drive here. So again, these are all really quick loading once you get to the list of ROMs. So select a game. So we'll choose something that we're all familiar with and that give a good account of the Mega Drive's graphical powers. Where is it? There we go, Sonic Knuckles 2, let's go with. Right, so this is to give you an idea of the frame rate, that this emulation handles the frame rate and the speed of the original Mega Drive hardware. So as you can see, it's really smooth. Now on the Genesis one you can actually apply different filters to it as well, so you might not see some of these changes through the camcorder, but there's a slight difference to the graphics change, and there's also a scanline filter, which was the word I was looking for earlier, I couldn't remember. Now there's the scanline filter. You might be able to see a slight difference there, and yeah, gives it that old retro feel on a modern TV. So that's it, and once again click the right stick, takes you to a menu screen, and you can exit the game very easily like that. So that was with the scan lines towards the end there. You should be able to see a slight difference in that, in how it looked there. So what else have we got? And just quickly, here's another Sega Genesis classic, Rocket Knight Adventures. Right guys, the next one I want to show you on Mega Drive is Twinkle Tail. Now, this is a game that I really wanted ever since I've seen Darren Walshstock do a playthrough of it, but it's really quite rare, hard to get hold of, and I just don't think I'll be able to find it or afford it for quite a long time. So this is a good compromise in the meantime. So this is a shooter, and it's a beautiful game. So Darren, you'll have to tell me if this matches up. I did terrible there. Game over already? That's hardcore. So here we have the beautiful Colibri 32X game. So you can see it's an absolutely gorgeous game, look at that. Right, so that was just a quick little look at the Mega Drive and 32X library and Sega CD as well, so it's cool to have the whole range of games for that system. So here next is the Neo Geo. Now this is something I was very excited about. It's a system I don't know anything about and haven't had hardly any experience with playing, and I played some of this last night and I'm starting to understand why people rave about this system, and I'm starting to understand why people see it as basically a Mega Drive on steroids, because that's what it kind of feels like. And if you've not played on Neo Geo much before, basically just the fidelity of the graphics, obviously it's 2D graphics, but the fidelity of those 2D graphics and the frame rate and the intricacy of those graphics just takes it up a couple of notches beyond what you're used to seeing on like the Mega Drive and SNES. So that's really why this system is loved so much. It just does feel like a Mega Drive on steroids. Can't think of a better way to describe it. But this game I'm going to show you now, Art of Fighting 3, is one of many, good examples of what I'm trying to describe here. And yeah, just the fidelity of the graphics. So really happy to have a Neo Geo emulator as well. That's definitely a system that I will not be collecting for. So let's have a look what we've got. So you should be able to see just how smooth the graphics are, and that zooming in looks really great as well. So if you've actually played the real thing, you'd be able to tell me how this matches up, because I've not actually played on Neo Geo ever. But that looks pretty damn sweet to me. And yeah, the Neo Geo games on here, and the arcade emulation as well, which I'll show you in a bit, are why I'm considering definitely going to get an arcade stick for the Xbox, because the joypad just doesn't do it justice at all in terms of control. So we have all the different Neo Geo systems there. So you've got obviously the home system, and you've got the those other systems there. Look. Yep. But there's one other one that I just want to show you, and it is Alien vs Predator. Well, where was that? So just really cool looking graphics. So this is opening up several platforms to me that I just never would have been able to collect for, so that's really cool. So again, can't thank Barry enough for this. I'm set for life with this emulation package, seriously. So anyway, that is the Neo Geo, and yeah, every game for the system, can't say better than that. Alright guys, last but definitely not least is the MAME disc. So this is emulating of course all the retro arcade games, and there's a ridiculous number of games on here, but I'm just going to show you two. They might not be the most visually appealing, but they're certainly the two that are most nostalgic for me, and I was just so excited to be able to play these games. You know, I'm fairly new to emulation, so I'm sure these are being available elsewhere in just as good quality very easily, but this is all new to me. It's all very exciting to have these games at home. So guys, this is Kung Fu Master. My absolute favourite game as a kid, and it's balls hard after you get past the first level, which I rarely do. That guy is impossible. Yeah, you might laugh. Right, but this is the one, guys. This is the holy grail of arcade games that I have wanted to have at home forever, and it is of course Atari Star Wars. But what I've realised playing this game is that you really relied on that special controller, that yoke controller that you used, and it was that interface that made that game so fun. It was just so precise, and the way that it controlled was just so perfect for it. And yeah, it doesn't quite play the same on a joystick, on a thumbstick rather. So it's definitely something that I need to try and find the best possible controller to use with it. So I don't know if it's going to be like a flight stick or something like that. But so far, doesn't quite work with a thumbstick.
Of course, we'll be with you. Good boy, Danny boy.
But there it is. Look what I've got at home. So I'm going to be absolutely shocking on this, guys, because again, it just really is difficult with a thumbstick. But I used to be able to beast this as a kid. Oh, but it's so nice to have this here. So I don't know if there's any kind of yoke controller for the Xbox, but there's certainly some flight sticks, and I think they would be a bit better at least than the thumbstick, which just is really difficult to control this game. But yeah, I mean, I love this game so much I would definitely consider buying a controller just for this one game. It's that much fun.
I hate to drop that. R2, see what you can do with it.
Yeah, sort it out, R2.
R2 join increase the power. Use the small scoop.
Oh, look. I'm doing really badly, by the way. Ah, there you go. Now the only problem with the MAME list of games is I can't figure out how to get back to that list without resetting the machine. So I'll end here and just say thanks so much, Barry, Ready03. You've made my day, you really have. This is amazing. So yeah, again, anybody who thinks that they'll be able to run this on their original Xbox, who fancies it, let me know, send me a PM, and we'll work something out, and I'll send this memory card on so that more people can benefit from it. So that's it for this look at the emulation and the Evo X emulator for pretty much every retro system you can think of. Okay guys, see you in the next vid, bye bye.